Why is nobody talking about how to position our CV at each phase of our career journey? I'm sure you've heard the saying, life is in phases. Yes, and that's exactly how it is on our career journey. Our career journeys are all in phases, and the way we position each of the section of our CV should not be the same at each of this phase. So I'm going to be telling you how and why it is important that you section your CV set differently at each of this phase to get you noticed. Are you tired of getting rejection emails when you apply for a job? Or are you tired of getting those emails saying you've not been selected for the job? Whether you're a fresh starter just entering into the labor market or you're an experienced worker with lots of years of experience, it can be frustrating. And that is why the way that we make our CV stand out is a game changer. Hi, my name is Ash, and in today's video, I'll be walking us through on how we can position the sections of our CV to give us visibility, boost our visibility, and increase our chances of getting multiple job offers. Let's go into the trick. We will be looking at the way a fresh starter will position the sections of their CV, and the way an experienced worker will be positioning the sections of their CV. The way we position our CV sections is a great game changer. It is not only what you write on your CV, but also where you put what you write that attracts the hiring manager. Let us liken our job search to that of a salesman. And we all know in today's very busy world, it takes between 5 to 10 seconds to grab the attention of a potential buyer, especially a random buyer that you don't know whether they really need your product or they will even be interested in your product. To gain their attention, you need to be able to catch them within the first 5 to 10 seconds that you start talking to them. And it is the same way that it is with a job seeker. As job seekers, we have between 5 to 10 seconds to grab the attention of the application tracking system or the hiring manager. If we can't get the attention between the first 5 to 10 seconds, then they will be distracted from our CV. Here's a little bit of the trick that we can apply to our CV to boost our visibility. The first one is how you position your sections. Exactly. The way we position our sections or the sections of our CV cannot be the same for everybody. If you are a fresh entrant into the labor market, you will position the sections of your CV quite slightly different from the way an experienced person or an experienced employee or an experienced applicant is going to do the same. So let's take an example of a fresh entrant into the market. You don't have the required job experience. So let's say you have you have zero work experience. So positioning your sections will be like this: your name, your contact detail, your personal profile. Yes, your personal profile will say who you are. You don't have the experience, you're going to say that, but you need to use actionable keywords to say how you can transfer your skills, whatever you've learned in school, whatever you've learned during the course of your life, and how you're going to bring that into the job. Now, the next section, because you have the relevant qualification, you have the relevant education for that job, I will be saying put your education next. Don't put your work experience because you don't have any work experience. And even if you have work experience, you don't have the relevant work experience for that role that you're applying for. So you want to put next your education, because your education is already one thing that is your strength. That is the strength you have in applying for that job. You have the right education. Maybe they're looking for somebody with a bachelor's degree or somebody with a master's degree, and you have it. That is why you have to showcase it. In boosting your visibility, you need to be able to showcase your strengths. So in showcasing your strengths, saying the things that you have that are relevant to that job whilst you've looked at the job description. So after putting your education, you want to put your qualification or certifications that you have. You want to put the relevant certification if you have, maybe, for example, CIPD, or you have Google Analytics certification, or you have Scrum Master certification. You want to pull that, and you want to showcase that you are up to date and you take your development really, really important. So your development is important to you, and you have that value to bring to the organization. So you want to show that on your CV. The next thing you'll be showing are the experiences that you have that are not relevant to the job. Yes, you will put that as other experience or experience because you don't have relevant experience. But in putting that, you're going to be using action words or keywords that are transferable to that role that you're applying for. Remember, let's say you have worked in a shop as a floor manager, or you've worked in a retail shop, you've worked in a clothing shop, you've communicated with people, you've dealt with people. We've talked about it in our previous videos on how you can write your key skills on bringing your value to the table, and that is what you want to showcase on your CV. Then you now showcase any other thing that you want to showcase. In that way, in the first 5 to 10 seconds, what they've seen are your strengths. They've seen your personal profile where it shows your strengths. They've seen your qualification, your education, which are your strengths. And that's going to be different from an experienced worker. So somebody that got the relevant experience, you still put your name, your contacts, your profile. The next thing you want to put are the relevant experience. Experience is golden. It's not something you want to play with. So you want to highlight your experience before you highlight your certification and your skills. I would say highlight your experience, then highlight your skills, because those showcase your strength. It showcases what you've done before. It showcases the values you've had, the values you have, and the values you will be bringing to the organization when you join them. Then your education, in some instances, you would just put that last because maybe you would have graduated from school, maybe some odd 15 years back or some odd 20 years back. You just don't want to put that first. You want to put your certifications, because putting your certifications, you showcase that you have the right up-to-date current certification for that role. So you're showing to that person or to the hiring manager that you've got the right stuff to be able to bring value to the table. Secondly, we want to talk about the use of keywords. Yes, keywords can never be overemphasized. You need to have the right keywords on your CV. You need to have it in the right sections of your CV. You want to use words like led, championed, optimized, implemented, created. You want to show what you have done, and in showcasing your strengths, you want to use the right keywords. You also want to use the right keywords that the application tracking system will not be able to beat. So you want to use the right keywords that will beat the application tracking system and get your CV into the hiring manager inbox. So for example, let's take an example of a digital marketing manager using keywords like search engine optimization, Google analytical skills, social media campaigns that you've done. It will grant you the job and it will boost you visibility. Another thing we want to talk about is the use of metrics. You want to be able to show smart achievements. You want to be able to show that you have measured, everything you've done can be measured, because people trust what you've done. People trust outcomes. People trust results. You want to show that to the hiring manager. You also want to show that when the application tracking system is looking at that. So for a digital marketing manager that have the right keywords, that have positioned his CV in the right, the sections in the right place, that have used the metrics that are measurable, these and all of these skills will boost the visibility. So when next you're applying for the job, you want to go back and look at the way you have sectioned your CV. You want to make sure that your strengths are positioned in the right places. You want to showcase your strengths within the first 5 to 10 seconds at a glance, how that will be looked at and how the hiring manager, how the application tracking system is going to take that. Another point that I'll be talking about, which is the last point, can also never be overemphasized, is the way that we tailor our CV. Using the right CV templates, using even the right fonts, and aligning your CV correctly really attracts the hiring manager. You don't want to put things that would distract the hiring manager. For example, using bold caption in some places that are not necessary, or having your CV not properly aligned, using a lot of grammatical errors or typo errors. You don't want to use that. So I hope you have found these tips and today's video really helpful. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified whenever we upload new videos. And also do well to drop in the comment section. We want to hear from you. If you want to have a CV makeover, if you want some help with that, if you have a question you would like for us to answer, please drop a comment and we'll pick up your comments and we're going to deal with it. So until we meet again in our next video, bye.